on safe and unsafe touch, brought to you by Toddlers Nursery in association with Learn to Teach. Today, we're going to talk about a very sensitive topic of safe and unsafe touch. I'm going to tell you some key tips on how to make this conversation very easy, very comfortable, very candid between you and your child. Whether you are a teacher or a parent, it's important to have this conversation to children of all age groups, whether it's a preschooler, a primary school child, or even a middle school child. The best way to start this conversation is first talk about what is safe and who are people that we consider safe. Safe is something which does not make you feel uncomfortable, does not make you feel awkward, a feeling of security. People that are safe need to be clearly defined by you. People in your inner circle of trust. That could be the parents, the caretakers, the grandparents, or whoever else that is authorized to touch your child in certain private areas. For very young children who are dependent on adults to clean them, bathe them, you need to define the adults that are authorized to touch those children. For older children that are independent, nobody should be allowed to touch children in any of their private areas. Next, we need to define what are the 4 main private areas on a child's body where nobody should be allowed to touch them. These 4 areas can easily be remembered by the keyword L, C, G, B. L stands for lips, C stands for their chest, G stands for their groin or area between their legs in the front, the area where they urinate from. B stands for their backside or bum or the area where the child goes potty from. It's important to point out these areas either on your body or the child's body, or you could even use a doll and point out these areas. Once you have identified the private parts or these areas, it's also important to have this conversation with the child that in case you are a victim and somebody does try to touch you in these areas without your consent, then what should be your reaction and what is it that you need to do? My child needs to be confident to be able to do 2 things. First, scream, shout, say no, resist the predator, and 2, run. Flee the scene and run to a more crowded place, run to a place where you see more adults that will help you reach your parents or reach a safe place. So say no, resist, and run to a place where you can get help and safely probably reach your parents or go home. Now, it's also really important to understand that who are these people and predators. We have a popular misconception that only girls are victim to such cases. Boys are equally at risk. In fact, 50% of cases reported with young boys being sexually abused. Also, many cases are reported with family members or people that you otherwise would never consider to be victims. So it's really important that to understand that people who would do such a thing are not mentally stable. They are sick, they are not normal, regular people. And these people are also bullies. They would not want to be caught, and for that they would only choose a victim who is very shy, who is very scared, who would not report them. They will observe them over a period of time, they will see their behavior, and they will only attack those that they feel that which are not that confident and somebody who would not report them. So when you have this candid conversation with your child, they feel more confident, more secure, and 50% of the battle is won there because they would not be a target by such bullies. Secondly, when not just a mother but even a father openly talks about this to their children, the child feels very confident, safe and secure. They feel that I have not done anything wrong, I am not at fault here, and I can easily come and talk about this. I don't have to have inhibitions, or I don't need to be scared about this. I can easily talk about this and even any further queries that I may have in my life. Later on, my parents are approachable to me to discuss this, and it's not shameful. So I hope I have tried to cover this sensitive topic in the best manner that would help you and your child. I also want to talk about some facts and alarming figures about child sexual abuse in India. The largest number of cases have been reported from Maharashtra. An alarming 120 plus children are sexually abused every single day. It's also important to note that about 30 to 35% of these cases are male and the rest are female. About less than 50% of these cases are not convicted. So it's important to note that while these figures sound scary and alarming, we cannot cocoon our children or not let them go out or go to their friend's house, or cannot always keep them in a bubble. So it's really important that we give our children their childhood, let them freely move out, explore, and prepare them, equip them how to react in such a case, rather than always protect them, keep them always by your side, because it's not always possible. I hope this video helps you talk about this with your child with ease. If you find this useful, do hit the like button, do share it with your friends and family. Thank you.